Bender once again. This is going to be match number 1 between DVK Oblivion as well as the one and only West Point Mamba LOWKINGS. Takeoff is pretty much the home of the Snakes. I wonder how DVK is going to do here, Wasabi.
I mean, as you said, this is a map that LOWKINGS is known for, so they definitely have to try even harder. If Oblivion wants to have a chance of actually winning this, they have to be able to take advantage of those spots that are very, very vital for them to be able to capture the point. And right now, you can see that's what the players of LOWKINGS are doing, and that's causing Oblivion to struggle early on in the game.
It is a little bit devastating here because the initial hard point, they are trying their very best to play it. Apologies, guys. There is a little bit of feedback here on my voice. Wasabi, please take over.
Yep. Right now we are going to. Oh, looks like there's a feedback on my voice as well. But guys, we are going to keep watching this game. You can see there's a lot of action happening in the front of the map where the first hardpoint is opening up here in the fountain, and you can see that these players are trying their best to try to capture the point. Right now, it's going to be West Point Mamba LOWKINGS holding it down for the first half, but the players on the side of DVK Oblivion is going to get the early rotation, start the setup on the second floor as they prepare for the next hill to open.
Fantastic play by DVK. Second hill now. The advantage is with them, but look at West Point Mamba LOWKINGS rotating around from the outside area towards Crates. They take that back step. Player number 1, Yopi, big fights. He goes down, but the damage has already been done. DVK, though, they do have the anchor spawns, and they recover instantly, but the bleeding was stopped by West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, and they sneak away the kill. That's IQ play for the veterans.
Yep, and right now you can see that DVK is actually holding down the hill for the last couple of seconds, but the players of West Point Mamba is going in for a contest time and time again, so they've only got 15 points on their side. But again, it's still early off in the game. We're still going up to 250 points, so there's a lot of time to make those adjustments. They just need to know how to do exactly that if they want to stand a chance against West Point Mamba LOWKINGS. But right now, we're going to start rotating into the third hill, and this is something that Oblivion knows. They have to play for the retakes. It's not always about that early rotation, because if they're not able to hold it down, it doesn't really matter. But the players of West Point Mamba LOWKINGS have mastered this map time and time again. They've played it several times, and they know exactly what to do in every single situation. And right now, they are going to try to make the break for it. As the players of DVK Oblivion hold it down, they're gonna go and surround the entrances and actually go in for a push later on.
Impressive rotation from DVK Oblivion, taking the generator spawns first, attacking the hardpoint early and holding it all the way up until now. I wanted to comment that they were not matching up to the gunfight for West Point Mamba LOWKINGS, but on this hill in itself, that has definitely changed. DVK Oblivion stands a strong chance. They still hold on to the anchor spawns here, but Kalo's going to break the play down with the gravity vortex. One more player to sneak in, and he takes the hill away from DVK. This is a stronghold of West Point Mamba LOWKINGS for the final 10 seconds, because two players have already rotated 4p4. DVK a step ahead, but yet to catch up with the points.
They definitely have to play the catch-up game now, but 30 points, not that bad. Honestly, I think there's still a possibility for them to make up for that if they're able to step up their game and continue doing what they did. They did a really good rotation, just as you said. They did a really good rotation. They made the adjustments that were needed, and they just have to continue doing that. But right now, you can see Badman pulling out the Annihilator, gets a kill, but gets knocked down as well. And we are going to see the side of West Point Mamba LOWKINGS taking the hill once again, and they are starting to try and contest the area, and they finally take it from DVK.
This is just absolute devastation now, because DVK needs to find a better footing. Perhaps attacking from the right side flank will do the job, but then as the hill is empty, 27 seconds. Great positioning by Batman, but he doesn't stand against Luffy. CBR4 drops against the LK24. Susano with the hunter-killer drone, as well as West Point Mamba LOWKINGS flood themselves into the hill, but a pincer maneuver wins it back for DVK just for the early setup out of West Point Mamba LOWKINGS for the next hill.
Yep, but right now Wadu's actually on a 5-kill streak, and that's been really big for his team. He's able to hold down the hill alone, despite the constant contest coming in from the side of West Point Mamba Lokings. And right now, he's gonna be able to get the scrap time while the rest of the team start rotating into the first hill once again. But they are going to be met by West Point Mamba once again, so they have to be able to hold down those power positions around, especially taking advantage of the verticality of this map, as it has a lot of tall buildings, especially the scaffolding, where you can stay there and actually spot your opponents from up high and actually catch them off guard. So hopefully they're able to make that adjustment. But for now, it's going to be West Point Mamba Lokings who is taking the hill, but Oblivion proves them wrong and takes it right back.
Generator spawn still held by DVK, but it is coming through split at the Gorilla base as well. They funnel in from both sides, unable to sneak away this hardpoint just yet because West Point Mamba Lokings keeps dedicating players to play the objective, 2 players at a time, and they continue with flow in because of the final 10 seconds. DVK needs to decide, do they continue or do they want to flip those spawns and take the advantage for P2? And it seems to be the latter. Player number 1, Batman, already rotating towards the launch center. Final 7 seconds. They have to keep moving.
Yep, they definitely have to keep moving now. 2 seconds till the next one opens up, and it's going to be West Point Mamba Lokings with the early rotation. Susano here with the Annihilator, watching the entrances, making none of the players of DVK Oblivion even come close. He's going to take Aru down, as well as Steve getting a double kill right there, and that's going to open things up for the rest of the team. But Oblivion somehow manages to get a hold of the hill for a couple of seconds there, and they are definitely putting up a fight against West Point Mamba Lokings. Now, we can see West Point Mamba Lokings are holding down the hill. They're doing really good at of the players of Oblivion out. But Oblivion hasn't given up yet, and they continue to go in for the contest time and time again, trying to take advantage of the several openings that they have.
Yeah, DVK has a strong chance of walking away the victors here. They just need to keep this pressure up. Early decision to not go in for the flip of spawn seems to be hurting them a tad bit. They performed so much better on P2 earlier on as they held on cranes. But now they struggle a tad bit on the rotation to P3 as well. This time it's going to be West Point Mamba Lokings early to take away the generator spawns. 2 players hopping on into the objective. Look at player number 3, Luffy, holding the outside area. It's going to be the LK24 to caution the players as they hop on in for the spawn spill. And DVK, instead of that, they flow straight on into the hard point. Lack of member doesn't mean much to them, as Oro has got the war machine but needs to play it a tad bit more patiently.
Yep, they have to be able to take their keep their patience and play strategically instead of just rushing in. Aru, a couple big plays there. Steve pulling out the Sparrow as well, but unfortunately getting taken down there. And we are gonna see the Oblivion finally hitting that 100-point mark. But this is not the time to be lenient just yet, because players of West Point Mamba Lokings are so close to that 200-point mark. And once you hit that 200-point mark, 50 points is not that far away. So now this is the time that Oblivion really has to step up their game and bring everything that they've got. They have a couple of opportunities to still win this match, but it's getting tighter and tighter every time that they wait a little longer. So they have to step up their game now, try to get those rotations in hand and get the next hill. Now that's exactly what they're trying to do here, but unfortunately the players of West Point Mamba Lokings is going to be the ones taking the hill as soon as it opens.
West Point Mamba Lokings the first one to P4, and they might just wrap things up here if they can hold it all the way. But DVK with the pincer maneuver. Player number 5, can he hold it? Oro gets shut down as well. Player number 2 circling around. Wadu couldn't get the job done. Now they all spawn out of cranes. The visitor center is absolutely packed with DVK players, but the control room, the hill itself is packed with West Point Mamba Lokings. PJ with the Sparrow will continue to strike them down. The Freddy will go ahead to take one player out of the equation, but all of that is going to be for waste if DVK does not hop on in here, right now. The match ends in 5 seconds.
Last 5 points, and it looks like West Point Mamba continues to hold down the hill, but Oblivion in the last second jumps in. They're going to contest the point right now, trying to stop the players from winning the game. West Point Mamba not giving up as well, continuously pushing into the hill, but Oblivion, they're staying alive, they're staying in the point, and they're trying to hold down the hill. Now they push for some extra time. They have to wait till the next rotation for West Point Mamba to end the game, but this does mean Oblivion still has a chance. But right now, West Point Mamba takes the hill, ends the game, and there you have it. The first match done and dealt with.
What a play by West Point Mamba Low Kings. They